Khuzestan Province is one of the 31 provinces of Iran. It is in the southwest of the country, bordering Iraq and the Persian Gulf. Its capital is Ahvaz and it covers an area of 63,238 square kilometers. Since 2014 it has been part of Iran's Region 4. As the Iranian province with the oldest history, it is often referred to as the birthplace of the nation, as this is where the history of the Elamites begins. Historically, one of the most important regions of the ancient Near East, Khuzestan is what historians refer to as ancient Elam, whose capital was in Susha. The Achaemenid Old Persian term for Elam was Hujia when they conquered it from the Elamites, which is present in the modern name. Khuzestan, meaning the land of the Khuz, refers to the original inhabitants of this province, the Susian people. They are the Shushan of the Hebrew sources where they are recorded as Oja or Haja. In Middle Persian, the term evolves into Khuz and Kuzi. The pre-Islamic Partho-Sasanian inscriptions gives the name of the province as Khuzestan. The seat of the province has for the most of its history been in the northern reaches of the land, first at Susha and then at Shushta. During a short spell in the Sasanian era, the capital of the province was moved to its geographical center, where the river town of Hormuz Ardasha, founded over the foundation of the ancient Hurpahia by Ardashir I, the founder of the Sasanian dynasty in the 3rd century CE. This town is now known as Ahvaz. However, later in the Sasanian time and throughout the Islamic era, the provincial seat returned and stayed at Shushta until the late Qaya period. With the increase in the international sea commerce arriving on the shores of Khuzestan, Ahvaz became a more suitable location for the provincial capital. The river Karun is navigable all the way to Ahvaz. The town was thus refurbished by the order of the Qaya king, Nasir al-Din Shah, and renamed after him, Nasiri. Shushta quickly declined, while Ahvaz, Nasiri prospered to the present day. Khuzestan is known for its ethnic diversity. The population of Khuzestan consists of Lurs, Iranian Arabs, Kashkai people, Afshars, indigenous Persians, and Iranian Armenians. Khuzestan's population is predominantly Shia Muslim, but there are small Christian, Jewish, Sunni and Mundane minorities. Half of Khuzestan's population is Lur. Since the 1920s, tensions on religious and ethnic grounds have often resulted in violence and attempted separatism, including an uprising in 1979, unrest in 2005, bombings in 2005-06 and protests in 2011. Drawing much criticism of Iran by international human rights organizations. In 1980, the region was invaded by Ba'athist Iraq, leading to the Iran-Iraq War. Currently, Khuzestan has 18 representatives in Iran's parliament, the Majlis. Meanwhile, it has 6 representatives in the Assembly of Experts, including Ayatollahs Musavi Jazari, Kabi, Haidari, Farhani, Shafi'i, and Ahmadi. The name Khuzestan means the land of the Khuzi, and refers to the original inhabitants of this province, the Susian people, the medieval name of the town that replaced the Sasanian Persian name of the pre-Islamic times. The entire province was still known as the Khudi or the Huji until the reign of the Safavid King Tahmasp I and in general the course of the 16th century. The southern half of the province, southwest of the Ahvaz Ridge, had come by the 17th century to be known, at least to the imperial Safavid Chancery, as Arabistan. The contemporaneous history, the Alamara-i Abbasi by Iskandar Beg Munshi, written during the reign of King Abbas I, regularly refers to the southern part of Khuzestan as Arabistan. The northern half continued to be called Khuzestan. In 1925, the entire province regained the old name and the term Arabistan was dropped. There is also a very old folk etymology which maintains the word Koz stands for sugar and Kozi for people who make raw sugar. The province has been a cane sugar producing area since the late Sasanian times, such as the sugarcane fields of the Des River side in Des Ful. Khuzestan has been the land of Khojis who cultivate sugarcane even today in Haft Tepe. There have been many attempts at finding other sources for the name, but none have proved tenable. The province of Khuzestan can be basically divided into two regions: the rolling hills and mountainous regions north of the Ahwaz Ridge, and the plains and marshlands to its south. The area is irrigated by the Karon, Karkhe, Jarahi and Maroon rivers. The northern section maintains a non-Persian Bakhtiari minority, while the southern section always had diverse minority groups known as Khuzis. Since the 1940s, a flood of job seekers from all over Iran to the oil and commerce centers on the Persian Gulf Coast has made the region more Persian-speaking. Presently, Khuzestan still maintains its diverse group, but does have Arabs, Persians, Bakhtiari and ethnic Kashkais and Law.